Ask yourself, why are simple things becoming complicated? Why are the same relationships which were cause of our happiness and love become the cause of our stress and pain? What is the cause? Relationships are about how we talk to each other, how we behave with each other. And we've all focused a lot on what we have done for each other. And sometimes we felt, okay, I have done a lot for the other person, and the other person could be a spouse, could be a child, could be a parent. We've done a lot for each other. And the other person also feels the same, that I have done a lot for the family. And yet, in spite of having done so much, and that's why she's saying over-compromising. Over-compromising means I have adjusted to everybody, every time, all my life. And yet, they are not happy. So at the end of 20, 30, 40 years, I start saying to myself, what was the use of me adjusting so much? What was the use of me compromising every time? They are still not happy. But how can it be? How can it be that you do so much for somebody, adjust, tolerate, every time do what they want you to do, and yet they are not happy? How can this be? What went wrong? Suppose one of you wanted to come for this event and your spouse didn't want to come. Anybody sitting like that over here today? Who is so many? So has your spouse come with you or not come at all? Not come at all. Anyone whose spouse compromised and agreed to come? Please raise the ones who compromised to be here today. No, someone, there has to be one here at least. Because हमने उनको कहा होगा, मेरे को पता है आपको नहीं जाना, मुझे मालूम है आपको बहुत बोरिंग लगता है, लेकिन प्लीज मेरे लिए चलो. बोला है ना? Who is sitting right in the front? And which is so sweet, he has done it for her. Isn't that sweet? Isn't that sweet? How many are ready to give him 10 on 10 for coming here with his wife? And this is not the first time he's done something. Oh, the wife has also given 10 on 10. Very good. Very good. So on this journey of life, we do a lot for each other. And every time, we give 10 on 10 to each other. And yet after 10, 20 years, we are saying, I did so much, and we are not happy? What happened? He or she may be sitting on the chair next to you. They have taken out those 4 hours and come only and only for you. And we felt, that's it, perfect husband and wife. But no. I could be sitting on the next chair for 4 hours. 4 hours, you are doing something for them, but internally you are not creating the right thoughts. So what happens? Now just visualize it to these 4 hours and then fit to the equation to 40 years of your life. We are doing a lot for each other, but sometimes we are not thinking right for each other. And so we may create thoughts of being a victim, having to tolerate so much, unwillingly having to do so much. So we are creating thoughts, quality not very nice, behavior perfect. And because we behaved perfect, we gave ourselves 10 on 10. And then we are shocked after 20, 30 years where we see, I gave myself 10 on 10 every day, and yet my foundation of relationship is not very strong. because we thought relationship is about what we are doing for each other. Now, two options. One, if you don't feel like coming, you should not come. If you choose to come, then your every thought has to be right while you are here. Because otherwise you're going to sit on the next chair and radiate 4 hours of to your spouse and to yourself. And we thought you came for me, so our relationship got stronger. Your relationship actually got weaker in those 4 hours. It would have been stronger sitting at home, because at least then you would have been sending to each other very beautiful energy. We equate love and respect when people do for us what we want them to do. Parent and child. Just see the equation and see how it fits. Do people who do everything that you ask them to do, does that mean that they love you, they respect you? It does not mean that they love you, respect you. Okay. Is it possible that people who are not doing things the way you want them to do, they love you and they respect you? Because each time someone doesn't do what we want them to do, we say, you don't love me, you don't respect me, you don't care for me, and सबसे deep, you don't value me only. Because we equated love, respect with people being the way we want them to be. So is it possible that someone does not do what you want them to do? Can they love you and respect you? Love and respect is about what they think for you, not in they doing and being exactly the puppet which you want them to be for you. People cannot be the way we want them to be. People cannot do always what we want them to do. Why? Why can't they just do that much for us? Why? Because now what's going to happen today for those beautiful couples who raised their hand? One person is going to give 10 on 10, the other person will count it and keep, आज मैंने उसके लिए किया. Next time he will ask her, now today you come with me here. And she'll say, I don't feel like going there. And immediately, last week I came for you. Last week I came for you. And last month also I went for you. And after this I ask you so much and you don't want to come for me. You don't love me, you don't respect me. It's a song which has got recorded here, which keeps playing in every scene. Because if I do something for you, I have a right to expect that you will do the same for me, right? Is it necessary that if they came for you today here, you will able to go for them where they ask you to come with them? Will you be able to do that always? For peace, maybe. Because if I don't go, then that is going to be hours and days of. Why relationships are getting a little complicated? We are not allowing people to be who they are. We want them to be our way, and they want us to be their way. Which does not mean we should not go out with each other, for each other, even if we didn't want to. It just means, one, when you have chosen to come out here for them, don't let the programming be, I went there for her. I chose to come here because it mattered to her. She matters to me. Her happiness is important for me. This relationship is important for me. So I'm coming here for myself. Be very careful what's getting recorded here, because what gets recorded here will play in some scene of life. Be careful what's getting recorded here, because what gets recorded here will play in some scene of life. Parents, after 20, 30 years of their life of selflessly doing for their children, someday suddenly say to their child, I did so much for you for 30 years. What did you do for me? And sometimes the child can just turn back and say, what big deal you did that. Every parent does this. 30 years washed out. 30 years washed out. Because we thought relationship was about business is this. You do for me, I do for you. And let's be fair. But that's what we started doing in relationships. You do for me, I do for you. You do 5 times, I do 5 times. Nothing more, nothing less. And that's when it started getting very complicated. So if we choose to do something, let's record here, I have done it for, boliye, I have done it for myself. What will that do? While you are here, you will be happy about your decision to be here. And that does not mean just coming for an event. It could be as big a decision as leaving India and shifting to this part of the world. Some people are holding it for 20 years inside. I came here because I had no choice. This is a victim feeling. This is a feeling which will not allow us to be happy. This is a feeling which will keep saying, you are responsible for the pain I am in. Because on the first day when I took the decision, I said, I have no choice. I am doing this for them. Never do anything for anyone. Do it only if you're ready to say, I'm doing it for myself. Because then, while I'm here for 4 hours, or while I'm living in this country for 40 years, I will be happy. I will never regret my decision. I will never impose it on my partner, I did this for you, now you did this for me. I will never get hurt if they are not able to reciprocate the same what I did, because I never did it for them, I did it for myself. Because adjustment, tolerance, compromise, not a very nice word, it is not in what we are doing. It is in what we are thinking while we are doing. So I do nothing for, I'm doing nothing for anyone else. We're doing it all for myself. Even like brother said, for the peace in the house. So who is it that wants the peace in the house? I want. So because I want that peace in the house, I'm here for myself. It's not necessary the other person has the same capacity to adjust and do something what they don't want to, because their sanskars and your sanskars are not the same. Are not the same. What is the meaning of expectations? Expecting people to be our way. Isn't it normal to have expectations? But when it comes, what should we do? Expectations means I want you to be the way I think is right. So we have expectations that they should be our way, and they have expectations that we should be their way. Are you ready to meet up to their expectations? You know why it's getting so complicated? We are trying to meet their expectations. They are trying to meet our expectations. Sometimes we are not meeting, they are getting hurt. Sometimes they are not meeting, we are getting hurt. And we say, itna kiya, abhi bhi santusht nahi hai. And then we don't have to meet expectations of only one person. And in the process, we are losing our original color. And we're doing it only to please them, and we're not happy about what we are doing. We let people be who they are. Lekin saying, I expect you to be my way, then if you don't be my way, I get hurt. And third and the most dangerous line, who's the cause of my pain? The minute you put your finger in your mind on somebody saying they are the cause of the hurt and the pain in my life, relationship has started crumbling. And then you say, I love you, but you hurt me. And then we say the people we love the most are the ones who hurt us the most. Yes or no? At one time, you can either radiate love or you can radiate hurt. You can't radiate both. So if you are in pain, you are only radiating pain. At that time, love is not flowing. And why are we hurt? Because they did not do or be what we wanted them to be.